Welcome to part 29 of 1 hour of curious facts. Get ready for a marathon of surprising curiosities. Let's start. In the middle of the vast plains of Nebraska stands Carhenge, an unusual monument where classic American cars replace ancient stones. Painted gray and arranged in a perfect circle, some vehicles are partially buried to support others, forming a metallic arch that defies time. Created in 1987 by Jim Reinders as a tribute to his father, this Stonehenge of cars is a tribute to creativity and family connection. Imagine having a table that not only holds your coffee, but also chills your drinks, plays the perfect music, and charges your phone wirelessly. This smart table does it all. It has a hidden refrigerator, powerful speakers, LED lights, and even storage space. The best part? You can talk to it thanks to its integration with the Google Assistant. Watch seahorses shock the marine world. It's the male who gives birth, releasing hundreds of tiny seahorses after pumping water through his brood pouch. The female deposits the eggs there, and he protects them until they're ready to swim free. When the time comes, the babies burst forth like tiny sparks of life. In Canada, winter brings a very special wine called ice wine. It's made by leaving the grapes on the vine until they freeze naturally, concentrating the sugars and creating a sweet, fruity flavor. Pressing them while frozen produces a wine with an intense and unique sweetness. It's a perfect drink for those who enjoy rich, distinctive flavors. In Rwanda, Kalitsi Nzamwita's story reads like something out of a surrealist novel. Since the age of 16, he has lived in isolation due to an uncontrollable fear of the presence of women, known as gynophobia. To protect himself, he built a barrier around his house and has maintained this routine for 55 years. At 71, he confesses that any interaction with women generates overwhelming panic. In southern China, in Quilin, lies the world's tallest man-made waterfall, and it's a marvel of engineering. Standing at 354 feet high, this waterfall cascades down the facade of the Libyan International Building, creating a breathtaking spectacle. Its construction was a challenge, requiring 4 enormous pumps to get the water to the top. Plus, keeping it running costs a fortune, over $1,000 per hour in electricity. But the best part is that it uses rainwater and groundwater, making this waterfall not only spectacular, but also surprisingly sustainable. Although curling seems like a relaxing sport, it's more intense than you might imagine. The stone weighs about 44 pounds, so throwing it accurately is no easy task. And those frantic sweeps with the broom aren't just for show. They can burn up to 500 calories per hour. Plus, the ice must be at the perfect temperature for the stone to slide properly. In Vietnam and Southeast Asia, there's a drink that seems straight out of an adventure movie: snake wine. It's made by placing a poisonous cobra inside a bottle of rice liquor, where it rests for months or even years. This concoction is said to have medicinal properties, though just looking at it is an experience in itself. Would you dare take a sip of this exotic potion? Welcome to the Balloon World Cup, the world's most unusual and fun championship. In this unique tournament, 2 players compete within a 26 by 26 foot space, trying to keep their opponent's balloon from touching the ground. But it's not as easy as it seems. They must overcome a series of obstacles that test their reflexes and creativity. In 2021, Peru was crowned champion of this one-of-a-kind World Cup. Meet Aaron Yoder, the man who runs backward faster than many people run forward. He's the king of retro running, a technique that seems strange but is in a class of its own. Aaron holds the world record for running a mile in just 5 minutes and 30 seconds. With his back to the finish line, his speed is so impressive that it's hard to imagine anyone beating him. High in the mountains of Pakistan, at an altitude of 8,530 feet, hangs the Husseini Suspension Bridge, the most dangerous bridge in the world. With missing planks, thin ropes, and a hair-raising sway, crossing it is like walking on a tightrope over the abyss. Suspense is guaranteed, with Lake Boret roaring below as a backdrop. Glima is the Viking wrestling that has stood the test of time in Iceland and is still practiced today. Far from being a brutal brawl, this ancient tradition is based on agility, technique, and, above all, respect. Meet the lesser armadillo, a tiny wonder from Argentina and the smallest armadillo in the world. It's the same size as a dollar bill. This adorable burrower spends almost its entire life underground, digging tunnels like a true master of the subsoil. It's nocturnal, shy, and so elusive that seeing it in the wild is almost like finding treasure. Sadly, it's endangered due to the destruction of its habitat, but its existence reminds us of how fascinating and fragile wildlife really is. Imagine paying $60,000 for a bottle of water. Acqua di Cristallo. Tributo a Modigliani isn't just any water. It's an exclusive blend of springs from Fiji, France, Canadian icebergs, and Italian San Pellegrino water. But what really drives up the price is the bottle, made of glass and coated with solid 24-karat gold. More than a drink, it feels like a liquid jewel. Can you imagine living above the sea and diving as if you were part of it? The Bajau, a nomadic tribe in the Philippines, do it every day. They can hold their breath for up to 13 minutes and dive to 197 feet deep without scuba gear. This is possible thanks to an incredible genetic mutation that allows them to store more oxygen in their blood. They live in floating houses or on platforms in the water, fishing and exploring the reefs like true inhabitants of the sea. The trumpet squash is the longest fruit in the world. This unusual Italian pumpkin can grow up to 10 feet long, with a curved neck that looks like something out of a fairy tale. Its shape resembles a trumpet, hence its name, and its color changes from light green to beige when ripe. Imagine indulging in a treat so luxurious it literally glows. The Grand Opulent Sundae is the world's most expensive ice cream sundae, served at Serendipity 3 in New York City. For $1,000, you'll get a dessert of Tahitian vanilla, rare Amadei porcelana chocolate, and truffles, topped with edible gold leaf and caviar. It's served in a crystal glass with a golden spoon, just like ice cream royalty. In 1982, Sony took television to the next level, literally into your pocket. They created the Sony Watchman, a mini TV with a black and white screen measuring just 2 inches. With built-in antennas, you could watch your favorite shows anywhere, a precursor to portable screens. In Thailand, Sakyant tattoos are much more than skin art. They are living amulets of protection and good luck. This spiritual ceremony is performed by monks or sacred masters who use a steel needle to inscribe the designs by hand while reciting prayers. The ink can be visible or invisible, made with oil, but the power of the tattoo is always present. Imagine being surrounded by 573 t-shirts. Ted Hennon not only did it, but he also broke the record for the most t-shirts worn at once. Weighing over 110 pounds, he needed the help of several people, as the pile of fabric drastically reduced his mobility. In the end, his face disappeared between the layers. Although he could barely see over the mountain of clothing surrounding him, Ted managed to complete the challenge, proving that with perseverance and a little help, anything is possible. Red Bull pilot Łukasz Czepiela took aerial prowess to the next level by landing a small plane on the helipad of the Burj Al Arab in Dubai, one of the most luxurious hotels in the world. The challenge was monumental. The helipad is 696 feet high and only 89 feet in diameter, requiring absolute precision. After 2 years of preparation, more than 650 practice landings, and several failed attempts, Łukasz achieved what seemed impossible. Would you dare to try the world's strongest beer? Snake Venom, a Scottish beer launched in 2013, reaches an impressive 67.5% alcohol content, stronger than many vodkas. This beer is made with special yeasts and a freezing process that allows the alcohol to be concentrated to extreme levels. While its potency makes it a phenomenon among beer lovers, it's important to be aware of the health risks. Meet the dugong, the manatee's strange marine relative. This herbivorous mammal, with its stocky body and shovel-shaped snout, swims in the warm, shallow waters of the Indian and Pacific Oceans. Although it looks like an otherworldly creature, the dugong is a member of the Sirenia family, along with the manatee. The most curious thing is that, in this order, it is believed to have a common ancestor with elephants. Jai alai, originally from the Basque Country, is the sport that holds the record for the fastest ball in the world, with a ball that can reach impressive speeds of up to 194 miles per hour. This sport challenges the limits of human agility. Its name, Jai alai, means joyful celebration in Basque, reflecting the energy and excitement of the game. It is played with a wicker basket, used to throw and catch the ball on a high-speed court. In the mountains of Bulgaria lies Buzluja, an abandoned structure that looks like something out of a science fiction movie. Built by the communist government in the 1980s, this UFO-like structure was once a symbol of Bulgarian socialist power. Funded by the government and donations from party members, Buzluja stands as a curious and futuristic monument. However, after the fall of the communist regime in 1989, the structure was abandoned, leaving room for vandalism and oblivion. Tim's Place in the United States was a unique restaurant created by Tim Harris, a man with Down syndrome who broke barriers and became an inspiration. He was not only the owner, but also the manager, winning everyone's affection with his positive attitude and his famous motto, "The happiest place on earth." In addition to its delicious food, this restaurant offered something very special. When you ordered breakfast or lunch, you got a hug. Tim closed his restaurant in 2014, leaving behind a legacy of 75,402 hugs, a testament to the positive impact he left on his community. Among the Himba tribe of Namibia, the transition to adulthood of young women is marked by a rite of passage called Erembe. During this ritual, young women are covered in a mixture of butter, animal fat, and red pigments, a tradition that symbolizes their arrival at adulthood and their preparation for marriage. Christ of the Abyss is a fascinating submerged statue located off the coast of San Frutuoso, Italy. It was placed in 1954, about 56 feet deep in the waters of the Ligurian Sea, as a symbol of protection for divers and sailors. Created by sculptor Guido Galletti, this statue has become an emblem of diving and a unique tourist destination. In 2003, due to corrosion damage and environmental impact, the original statue was replaced with a replica, but its message lives on in the crystalline waters that surround it. Spaghetti ice cream is a unique and delicious dessert. Popular in some parts of the United States and Canada, this creation consists of vanilla ice cream pressed through a machine into the shape of spaghetti. To make it even more fun, it's topped with strawberry sauce, simulating classic tomato sauce, and garnished with chocolate shavings that resemble grated cheese. The Densuke watermelon is the most expensive fruit in the world, and boy, is it impressive. Grown exclusively on the island of Hokkaido, Japan, this watermelon is distinguished by its shiny black skin and pink, juicy, and extremely sweet flesh. Its rarity and quality make it a highly coveted delicacy, with prices that can reach up to 6,000 euros for a single piece. With a thick, smooth rind, the Densuke is not only a luxury for its flavor, but also for how difficult it is to find. Oradour-sur-Glane, located in central France, is a town with a heartbreaking history. In 1944, during World War II, It was the scene of a massacre perpetrated by Nazi soldiers, who killed almost all the inhabitants and destroyed the buildings by setting them on fire. Today, Oradour-sur-Glane remains just as it was after the attack, as a memorial and a solemn reminder. The water anola is a small animal with an amazing ability. It can breathe underwater. How does it do it? It creates its own air bubble. This reptile, which lives throughout much of the American continent, is able to submerge and stay underwater for a long time thanks to this bubble, which allows it to continue breathing without having to surface. At 11 years old, Tom Gregory achieved what seemed impossible, becoming the youngest person to swim across the English Channel. At just 11 years and 336 days old, he swam for 11 hours and 54 minutes, an impressive effort that made him a long-distance swimming legend. This feat, achieved in 1988, remains a record that no one has ever broken. Bo-tayoshi is a traditional Japanese game played at school festivals and in some military schools. Two teams of 75 people each fight to hold or knock down a vertically placed pole. The curious thing is that the rules are quite flexible. Anything goes to bring the pole down, from kicks and pushes to punches. This unique game is a blend of rugby, martial arts, and sumo wrestling, making it an intense and fun physical competition. Snowflake was a unique gorilla in the world, the only known albino gorilla. He was born in the Enco Forest, in what is now Equatorial Guinea, around 1964, and lived in the Barcelona Zoo from 1966 until his death in 2003. His rarity was not only due to his white color, but also to his genetics. Studies revealed that his parents were an uncle and niece, which caused his albinism. The island of Java, in Indonesia, holds the title of being the most populated island in the world, with more than 140 million inhabitants. What's impressive is that the population density is incredibly high, exceeding 1,000 inhabitants per square kilometer. Dada Palaya, a 95-year-old man in India, has kept his hair uncut for almost a century, making him a unique and revered figure in his hometown of Mola. His 24-foot mane of hair is so long and heavy that he needs to carefully wrap it around his head in order to walk, and he often requires the help of others to manage it. For him, cutting his hair would mean losing his status as a human deity, which has led him to maintain his appearance unchanged for decades. Do you know goalball? It's the only Paralympic sport created specifically for blind or visually impaired people. In this game, two teams of 3 players face each other on a court, guided by the sound of the ball, which has bells inside. Players must throw themselves to the ground to block the opposing team's shots, using their entire bodies as a barrier. The team that scores the most goals wins. Learn about Songkran, the Thai water festival that welcomes the Buddhist New Year. This event, held in mid-April, is one of Thailand's most vibrant and exciting festivals. For 3 days, the streets are filled with people throwing water at each other as a symbol of purification, renewal, and good luck. Have you heard of the Al Rostamani Maze Tower in Dubai? It's the world's largest vertical labyrinth, located on the facade of this impressive 57-story skyscraper. The design is made up of interconnected balconies that create an intricate pattern, as if the tower were a giant puzzle. To make it even more spectacular, a Spanish company installed LED lights on the balconies, illuminating the labyrinth at night and making it visible from miles away. Did you know that the woman with the longest name in the world is Andra Williams? She was born in 1984, and although she initially had a 19-letter name, her parents decided to lengthen it to a total of 36 letters. Her case became famous in 1997 when she was a guest on Oprah, shocking everyone by pronouncing her long full name. It was the name shown on screen. Meet Eli Bishop, the king of clapping. In 2014, He broke the Guinness World Record by clapping an astonishing 1,020 times in just 1 minute. His speed and coordination are so impressive that it seems his hands have become a musical instrument. Have you heard of the Olm, the mysterious cave dragon? This blind salamander lives in the underground rivers of Slovenia and Croatia, where it spends its entire life in absolute darkness. Its pale skin, external gills, and almost alien appearance have earned it the aura of a mythical creature. It can also live for over 100 years and has the incredible ability to regenerate its limbs. Did you know that before becoming a movie star, Ryan Gosling was a ballet dancer? He started at age 12 and went on to perform with the Canadian Ballet, perfecting his technique and his love of dance. This experience gave him the elegance and body control that later shone through in films like La La Land. Have you heard of the Pacific bluefin tuna, the most expensive fish in the world? In 2019, a 613-pound specimen was auctioned for an astonishing $2.7 million at Tokyo's Toyosu Market. The buyer was Kiyoshi Kimura, known as the Tuna King, owner of a famous sushi chain. And the frenzy for this prized fish continues. In 2025, another tuna weighing 608 pounds sold for $1.3 million. In Wrocław, Poland, there are more than 300 dwarf statues scattered throughout the city. What began as a symbol of protest against communism in the 1980s has grown into a unique tourist attraction. Each dwarf has its own story and personality, representing professions, personalities, or historical moments. Romanian gymnast Nadia Comaneci made her mark at the 1976 Olympic Games by being the first to earn a perfect score of 10 in a routine. Her performance was so stunning that the scoreboards weren't designed to display that score, and it appeared as 1.00. Throughout the competition, she earned 7 tens, captivating the world with her elegance and precision. Camilo Castillo is a Mexican industrial designer who has become famous for creating unique Rubik's Cubes and other handmade puzzles. After completing his degree in industrial engineering, he dedicated himself to crafting these intricate toys with great skill, ensuring each cube had infinite possible combinations. His brand, Carni Camilo Cubos, is known for the quality and creativity of its designs. Meet the Tokai Challenger, an impressive Japanese solar car created as part of a project between Tokai University and several Japanese automotive companies. This innovative vehicle reaches an average speed of 62 miles per hour, using only solar energy, making it a prime example of clean technology. Zimbabwe experienced one of the most extreme hyperinflations in history in November 2008. The economic crisis reached such a critical point that the government was forced to issue banknotes worth 100 trillion Zimbabwe dollars, which in practice was barely enough to buy a loaf of bread. This phenomenon led the country to abandon the Zimbabwean dollar in 2009 and adopt the US dollar. Did you know there's a woman with man's arms? Shreya Siddhanagowda, a young woman who lost both arms in an accident in 2016, became one of the first people to receive an arm transplant. The new arms, from a man with a different build, had large arms and dark skin, which raised some initial concerns. However, over time, the arms adapted to her body in surprising ways, slimming down and changing color to more closely resemble Shreya's skin. Sea urchins have a fascinating characteristic. They have 5 teeth arranged in a circle inside. These teeth are used to grasp and scrape algae from rock surfaces, allowing them to feed effectively. This adaptability is crucial for their survival, as they can adapt to different types of rocks in their marine environment, helping them find sufficient food in diverse areas of the ocean. Tennis balls require special care to maintain their performance on the court. Because their internal structure contains gas, Temperature variations can alter the internal pressure, affecting their bounce. For this reason, the balls are stored in controlled conditions, typically around 68 degrees Fahrenheit, ensuring they maintain optimal properties for use in intense matches. Lyubov Morakodova is a Russian grandmother who has made ice skating one of her most prominent passions. Every winter, she ventures 10 miles across Lake Baikal, a place where the ice extends from December to March, providing a unique setting for this activity. The most surprising thing is that she does it with her old blades, which were made by her father during World War II. South Sudan is the youngest country in the world, having declared its independence on July 9, 2011, after separating from Sudan. The independence process began with a referendum held in early 2011, the official results of which, announced on February 7th, showed an overwhelming 98.83% support for independence. The Magnificent Seven is an American remake of the famous Japanese film Seven Samurai, directed by Akira Kurosawa. Both stories follow the same basic premise. A group of warriors or fighters join together to protect a village from a gang of bandits. Although set in the Old West, The Magnificent Seven captures the same spirit of struggle and honor presented in Seven Samurai. The Empire State Building Run-Up is the oldest and most prestigious rock climbing competition in the world, held annually in New York City since 1978. Participants must climb the 1,576 steps of this iconic skyscraper, reaching the observatory on the 86th floor. Shazam, one of the most popular music identification apps, uses a unique algorithm that analyzes the sound captured by the phone's microphone and compares it to a database of millions of songs. This process takes just a few seconds, allowing users to instantly know what song they are listening to. The Faroe Islands, an archipelago located in the North Atlantic, have a rather peculiar demographic. They are home to around 70,000 sheep, outnumbering their 50,000 inhabitants. This imbalance has led to sheep playing a crucial role in the daily lives of the Faroese, being essential for agriculture, wool, and meat. In 2011, the small village of Yuscar in Andalusia, Spain, was painted blue as part of a marketing strategy to promote the Smurfs movie. What was initially a temporary action to attract tourists ended up becoming a permanent feature of the village, as its residents decided to keep the color blue. Meet Darren Harrison, who achieved an impressive feat in 2022. With no prior flying experience, he landed a plane after the pilot fainted. It all happened when the pilot lost consciousness, and Harrison, far from panicking, took control of the aircraft. He put on his headset and communicated with the air traffic controller, who gave him detailed landing instructions. The transparent-headed fish, scientifically known as the barrelai, is a fascinating inhabitant of the deep sea. Its most striking feature is its transparent head, which allows it to see through its skull. This peculiar fish has the ability to move its eyes within their cavities, allowing it to focus on objects in different directions. The jabuticaba tree is an incredibly curious tree that seems to defy the laws of nature. Instead of growing fruit on its branches, they develop directly on its trunk, giving it a unique appearance. The tree has thick, somewhat prickly bark, and its fruits, purple at first and black when ripe, appear glued to the trunk. Vanilla ice cream, despite its simplicity, is the most popular flavor worldwide. Its creaminess and subtle hint of vanilla have made it a favorite of millions. It is estimated that more vanilla ice cream is consumed than any other flavor, even when all other flavors are added together. The Roe River, located in Montana, United States, holds the title of being the shortest river in the world, at just 201 feet long. Despite its diminutive size, this small waterway is of great importance to local ecosystems, serving as a habitat for various species and playing a crucial role in the region's natural environment. Chow Smith is an incredible runner who managed to complete marathons on 7 continents in just 7 days. She completed this impressive challenge between January 25th and 31st, 2017, running marathons in locations as diverse as Australia, Singapore, Egypt, the Netherlands, New York, Chile, and even Antarctica. She did so to celebrate her 70th birthday, demonstrating astonishing physical and mental resilience. Reebok, the well-known sports brand, took its name from an African antelope called the Reebok. This name was chosen to reflect the qualities of speed and agility, essential characteristics in athletics and sports in general. The Pink Sea Lantern Festival in Taiwan is one of the country's most spectacular and traditional events. Every year, thousands of illuminated lanterns are released into the sky, while participants write their wishes on them, creating a brilliant nighttime spectacle. This festival not only marks the end of the Chinese New Year, but also attracts tourists from all over the world who want to experience this magical experience. The musk deer, an animal native to North America, has a truly distinctive appearance due to its long, fang-like upper teeth. Despite this appearance, these deer are herbivores, and their diet consists primarily of lichens. However, the species has been severely affected by poaching, as its musk gland is highly valued in the market. The arapaima, also known as the paiche, is an impressive fish that lives in the freshwaters of the Amazon basin. With a length that can exceed 10 feet and a weight of up to 440 pounds, it is one of the largest freshwater fish on the planet. Its elongated, cylindrical body is covered with large, thick scales, adapted to its aquatic environment. Did you know that female hyenas are more powerful than males? In their matriarchal societies, females are larger, stronger, and dominate males. Not only are they 10% larger than males, but they also have a more aggressive personality. In Ito, Japan, the Pillow Fighting Championship has been held annually since 2013, a sport considered almost a national rite. Players pretend to be asleep on futons until the referee gives the signal to get up and hit their opponent with pillows. In Japan, the gate tower is a unique building because it has a highway running through its floors. Cars circulate on the 5th, 6th, and 7th floors, but the most impressive thing is that the building's elevator continues to operate as if nothing had happened, moving from the ground floor to the 16th floor without stopping. This ingenious construction was created to prevent the demolition of nearby buildings due to highway construction, making it quite a creative solution. Ford developed a shopping cart with anti-collision technology similar to that found in its cars. This car is equipped with sensors and radars that allow it to automatically stop if it detects a collision. While it sounds futuristic and very useful, it was actually created solely for marketing purposes to showcase the capabilities of its vehicle technology. Toko, a Japanese YouTuber, realized his unusual dream of transforming himself into a dog, specifically a border collie. To achieve this, he spent $13,000 on a hyper-realistic suit. The surprising thing is that he doesn't just wear it to record videos, but also goes out in public, and it behaves just like his favorite dog. In 2011, American surfer Garrett McNamara made history by riding a 78-feet-high wave in Nazaré, Portugal. This incredible achievement was recognized by Guinness World Records as the largest wave ever surfed up to that point. The wave, which reached colossal dimensions, became a landmark in the surfing world and cemented Nazaré as a legendary spot for surfers seeking to push the limits of the ocean. Imagine looking much younger than you really are. This is what happens to Denis Vashurin, a 37-year-old Russian who looks 13. He suffers from a rare genetic disorder that has caused him to be frozen in time, halting his aging process. Despite his youthful appearance, Dennis leads a normal life, working for a resource company. However, his appearance has caused awkward moments, as people are often surprised to learn his true age. According to his birth certificate, he was born in 1987, but anyone who sees him would swear he's still in his teens. The Akal Teke horse, native to Turkmenistan, is a truly unique and dazzling breed. Its most striking feature is its shiny metallic coat, which makes it stand out among other horse breeds. With only 8,000 horses left in the world, its rarity makes it a symbol of luxury, and its price is around $1,000. The water lily turbine charger is an incredible innovation for those who love nature and need a power source in remote locations. Its ability to run on both river water and wind makes it a perfect choice for campers, hikers, and people living in rural areas. With the ability to recharge batteries up to 12 volts, you can keep your electronic devices charged throughout the day without relying on solar power or a power outlet. At the 1912 Olympic Games, Japanese marathon runner Shizo Kanekuri abandoned the race due to heat and returned to Japan without notifying the judges. For years, he was presumed missing in Sweden. In 1966, he was invited to complete their marathon, which he managed to complete in record time. His race is the longest recorded in the history of Olympic marathons. The blue parrotfish is an incredible example of adaptation in nature, with the ability to change sex throughout its life. It is born female and, as it grows, can transform into a male to maintain the social and reproductive balance of its group. This phenomenon, known as protogynous hermaphroditism, ensures the continuity of the species. The change is visible in their colors. Females are bright and colorful, while males take on a gray hue. Ethiopia planted more than 350 million trees in a single day, an initiative promoted by the Goal Botanical Garden. The goal was to curb deforestation and combat climate change. Minette Bailey, a 102-year-old woman from Suffolk, England, has made history by becoming the oldest skydiver in the United Kingdom. Her feat consisted of skydiving from 6,890 feet, demonstrating unwavering courage. But this isn't the first time she surprised others, as at 100 years old, she celebrated her birthday by driving a Ferrari at 130 miles per hour around the Silverstone circuit. The film Forrest Gump was filmed in over 100 locations across 6 U.S. states over an intense 55-day period. This expansive location allowed the essence of American life and culture to be captured over time. Among the most iconic locations are Fripp Island and Hunting Island State Park, palm-fringed islands used to recreate the Vietnam scenes. The Dead Sea, located between Israel, Jordan, and Palestine, is famous for being the lake with the highest salinity in the world, exceeding 30%. This extreme salt concentration creates an environment in which almost no aquatic species can survive. However, this high salinity has a surprising advantage. Anyone can float in its waters effortlessly, as the density of the water is much greater than that of a human body. Do you know the amazing Hill of Crosses in Lithuania? This place is covered with more than 200,000 crosses, left by Christian pilgrims over the centuries. It has become an important religious pilgrimage site, where people from all over the world visit to pay homage. During the Soviet occupation, the hill also became a symbol of resistance, as Lithuanians continued to leave crosses as an act of defiance. Introducing the Nike Go Fly Ease, the first hands-free shoe. Its innovative design allows it to adjust when you step on the heel and open when you take it off, making it easy to put on independently. This revolutionary design offers comfort and accessibility, ideal for people with limited mobility or those looking for a faster, more convenient way to put on shoes. Did you know that the blue tang was the inspiration for Dory in Finding Nemo? This fish, which inhabits the Pacific reefs, stands out for its bright blue color and yellow tail. It feeds on algae, using its sharp teeth to scrape it off rocks. It lives in coral reefs and rocky crevices near the coast, forming a fundamental part of the marine ecosystem. The bungee jump from Macau's A.J. Hackett Tower is ranked as the highest bungee jump in the world. Those brave enough to dare can jump from an impressive height of 764 feet above the ground. This tower offers a unique experience for adrenaline seekers. In 2024, an impressive Guinness World Record was set for the world's fastest drone, called Peregrine 2, which reached a speed of 300 miles per hour. This engineering marvel was created by Mike Bell and his son Luke in their workshop, using 3D printing technology. Interestingly, their previous model, Peregrine, had reached 244 miles per hour, but it was never officially recognized. Kim Peek, an extraordinary man, had a prodigious memory and could read 2 pages simultaneously, one with each eye, memorizing an entire book in just 1 hour. He remembered 98% of the 12,000 books he had read, retaining details with astonishing accuracy. His ability inspired the film Rain Man, showcasing his unique ability to the world. In Germany, there is an artificial mountain called Mount Kali, formed from the surplus salt of the chemical company K+OS. This gigantic pile of sodium chloride is 820 feet high and contains around 220 million tons of salt. Locals affectionately call it Kilimanjaro, a reference to the famous African mountain. This colossal salt mountain is the result of mining potash, a mineral essential for fertilizers, synthetic rubber, and medicines. In India, cows are venerated as sacred animals in Hinduism, and their respect is so profound that they can freely roam the streets and markets undisturbed. Curiously, there are laws protecting them, prohibiting their mistreatment or slaughter in many regions of the country. The cows are often fed by locals, and sometimes even shelters are set up to care for them. The first object acquired by MoMA in New York was Van Gogh's painting The Irises in 1933 for just $5,000. This iconic work, now worth millions, marked the beginning of a collection that would become one of the most important in modern and contemporary art. Meet the Sky Surfer, the world's smallest flying vehicle. It's an ultra-compact electric vehicle that allows anyone to soar through the sky with complete freedom, like a superhero. Its design is reminiscent of the Green Goblin's aircraft in Spider-Man, and after its launch, it went viral with millions of views. Although they appear heavy and slow, hippos can run at an astonishing speed of up to 31 miles per hour. For comparison, the maximum speed reached by a human is 28 miles per hour. This agility makes them incredibly dangerous animals if they feel threatened. Do you know the place where women are forbidden to enter? In Greece, Mount Athos is a sacred territory where only men are allowed to tread. This prohibition has been in place for over 1,000 years, and not even female domestic animals are allowed. It is a monastic enclave rooted in the past, with traditions that seem frozen in time. Carrots weren't always orange. Originally, they grew in shades of purple, red, white, and yellow. It was in the 17th century, in the Netherlands, when farmers grew them orange in honor of the House of Orange, the royal family. Thus, the color we know today was born, becoming a national symbol. Volkswagen's Super Bowl commercial, The Force, released in 2011, became the most watched on YouTube. In it, a boy dressed as Darth Vader tries to use the Force to move objects in his house, such as the television and even the dog. As his family watches in disbelief, the father uses a remote control to make the Volkswagen Passat turn on, making the boy believe he really has powers. The Taipei 101 Tower in Taiwan, which was the world's tallest building from 2004 to 2010, uniquely combines traditional Chinese design with modern technology. Its structure is designed to withstand earthquakes and typhoons, common in Taiwan, thanks to a massive 660-ton mass damper suspended inside. This device not only serves a safety function, but has also become a tourist attraction. In Catalonia, Spain, a unique tradition known as castells is celebrated, in which teams of people group together to build impressive human towers that can reach up to 10 stories high. Recognized as an intangible cultural heritage site by UNESCO, the practice of castells involves men and women of various ages and physical builds who train year-round to achieve these impressive human structures. The swift is an incredibly resilient animal, capable of sustaining its flight without rest for up to 10 months. This extraordinary ability is due to its ability to sleep while gliding, allowing it to manage high energy consumption without having to land. During their long periods of flight, swifts take advantage of thermal currents to stay airborne without expending too much energy. Brian Lara, from Trinidad and Tobago, is a cricket legend and holds the record for scoring 400 runs in a single first-class match. This astonishing achievement occurred in 2004 during a match between the West Indies and England. The highest village in the world is La Rinconada, located in the Peruvian Andes at an impressive 16,732 feet above sea level. This mining settlement has gained notoriety for its extreme altitude, which poses serious challenges for its inhabitants, such as difficult access to oxygen, extremely cold temperatures, and scarce resources. In Stockholm, the Jumbo Hostel is a unique hotel that uses a disused Boeing 747 aircraft. This hotel allows guests to stay in the airplane cabins, which are equipped with modern amenities such as flat screens and Wi-Fi. Showers and toilets are located in the aisles, making it even more unique. Plus, the idea of sleeping inside a giant airplane is definitely an unusual experience. In Lopburi, Thailand, macaque monkeys hold a special place in the community. Since 1989, an annual festival has been held in their honor, offering them banquets filled with fruits, vegetables, and desserts. It's a way of thanking the monkeys for their role in local tourism, creating a memorable experience for both the animals and visitors. In Finland, speeding fines are calculated on a single basis, taking into account the offender's income. This means that the more you earn, the higher the fine you must pay. This measure aims to ensure that penalties are fair and proportionate, regardless of a person's economic level. In fact, some millionaires have paid fines of up to $100,000. Tiger stripes are as unique as human fingerprints, meaning each tiger has a distinct pattern. This special characteristic is used to identify tigers in their natural habitat. Today, cameras and 3D models are used to capture and analyze these patterns. Julia Zlata Gunthal, considered the world's most flexible woman, began her career as a contortionist at age 10. At 31, she turned her skill into a professional career, surprising everyone with her incredible flexibility. To maintain her skills, she undergoes rigorous training every day, which has allowed her to achieve unparalleled dexterity. Kangaroos are marsupials, meaning their young are born prematurely and continue their development inside a special pouch called a marsupium. This pouch is located on the female's abdomen and provides a safe environment for the young to grow. In addition, the pouch contains mammary glands that produce milk to feed the young, known as a joey. Once born, the young quickly moves into the pouch to continue its development, where it remains until it is strong enough to emerge and explore the outside world. The Marquisac Gardens, located in France, are a magical place renowned for their box hedges meticulously trimmed in geometric shapes that captivate all visitors. This stunning garden offers a unique landscape with panoramic views from strategically placed viewing points. In addition to the beauty of their shapes, the gardens invite exploration through intricate paths that wind through the hedges, leading visitors to hidden corners full of surprises. In Oaxaca, Mexico, lies the impressive Tule tree, a huehuete tree with the widest trunk in the world. With a diameter of approximately 46 feet, this majestic tree is considered one of the oldest living beings on the planet, estimated to be over 2,000 years old. The Forbidden Mountain of Gankar Puensum, located in Tibet, is one of the most mysterious in the world. At almost 26,247 feet high, it ranks 45th among the highest mountains on the planet. However, what makes it truly unique is that no one has managed to climb it, not because of its height, but because of a deep religious tradition. According to local legend, spirits reside on this mountain and should not be disturbed. The kakapo falcon is a unique species, endemic to New Zealand and known for being the largest parrot on the planet. Unlike other parrots, the kakapo is flightless, making it even more vulnerable to predators. Although once widespread throughout the country, the population of this species has declined dramatically. Today, the kakapo is critically endangered, with the number of individuals remaining at no more than 250. Belgian cyclist Eddy Merckx is considered the most successful cyclist in the history of the Tour de France, with 5 victories between 1969 and 1974. His nickname, the Cannibal, reflects his insatiable desire to win in any competition he entered. In addition to his Tour victories, Merckx won numerous races, including the Giro d'Italia and the Vuelta a España, accumulating more than 500 victories in his professional career. This dominance has led him to be considered by many as the greatest cyclist of all time. The Shinkansen, known as the Japanese bullet train, is famous for its speed and punctuality. Since its launch in 1964, it has reached speeds of 200 miles per hour and maintained impressive accuracy, with average delays of less than a minute. Opened on January 10, 1863, the Metropolitan Railway in London was the first underground metro line. Originally operating with steam trains, it connected Paddington and Farringdon, transforming urban transport. The Energizer Power Max P18 K-Pop is the phone with the largest battery on the market, with 18,000 milliamp hours, much more than the 5,000 milliamp hours common in other phones. Its thickness is due to its gigantic battery, which allows it to operate for up to a week without needing to be charged. With this impressive capacity, this phone easily solves the problem of dead batteries. In Japan, schools have a unique practice. Students are required to clean every day. This routine not only promotes hygiene, but also teaches children respect for their environment and collective work. Students are divided into groups and are responsible for cleaning classrooms, hallways, and other common areas. This is Pelusa, the polar bear at the Mendoza Zoo in Argentina, famous for her curious purple fur. Although her fur is normally white, veterinarians applied a special substance to prevent fungus and infections, which caused her fur to take on a purple hue. Her purple appearance certainly caused a lot of surprise. Fortunately, her color returned to its original cream shade after the treatment. In Japan, there is the oldest hotel in the world, with an impressive history spanning 1,320 years. The Nishiyama Onsen Keiunkan was founded in 705 and has been in continuous operation ever since. The most amazing thing is that it continues to be run by the same family for over 52 generations. Located near Mount Fuji, this historic hotel has 37 rooms and is famous for its natural hot springs, known as onsen, which have been a relaxing retreat for guests throughout the centuries. Did you know that in Portugal, there is a town called Monsanto, famous for its houses embedded in rocks? This picturesque place has a unique charm, where the houses are built in the cracks of huge granite rocks. In many cases, the rocks are part of the structure of the houses, which gives them a unique and troglodyte touch. Gray wolves are experts at traveling long distances, often covering up to 12 miles in a single day in search of prey. This incredible ability allows them to adapt to various environmental conditions and secure the food necessary to survive. Did you know that there is a pink dolphin in the Amazon? The Amazon pink dolphin is a unique species, known for its impressive pink coloration. This dolphin inhabits the rivers of South America and is the largest river dolphin in the world. The curious thing is that they are born gray, but their skin turns pink as they age. Have you seen the viral photo of a dog and a monkey crossing a lake? Pakun, a monkey, and a bulldog puppy have become the stars of the Japanese show Tensai Shimura Dubutsu. In one of the most popular episodes, these two animal friends managed to cross a river together despite being tied up. The video went viral on the internet, showing the incredible cooperation between them. Singer Ed Sheeran is known for his love of Heinz ketchup. In fact, he loves it so much that he has a tattoo of the Heinz ketchup logo on his arm. Would you dare to try insect ice cream? Gourmet Grub, an African company from Cape Town, has created a luxurious version of this dessert using ento milk, a dairy alternative made from insects such as the black soldier fly. This type of ice cream is not only nutritious, but it is also eco-friendly, as the insects convert organic waste into biomass, helping to reduce environmental impact. Did you know that the oldest surviving soccer ball is over 480 years old? Dating back to 1540, this ball is housed in the English History Museum. It is made of leather and stuffed with pig hair, a structure quite different from modern soccer balls. The common ostrich, the heaviest bird capable of flight, has a weight that varies between 24 and 42 pounds. Although not as adapted to flight as other birds, the ostrich prefers to walk and spend most of its time on the ground. While it can fly, it only does so when necessary, taking a long run to get up to speed enough to soar. Did you know that your feet have a quarter of the bones in your body? Each human foot has 26 bones, and when you add both feet together, that's 52 bones in total out of the 206 that make up the entire body. Shirakawa-go in Japan is famous for its traditional gassho zukuri houses, which have steep thatched roofs reminiscent of hands clasped in prayer. These homes, which have been declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site, are unique to the region. The design of the roofs is meant to withstand large amounts of snow during the winter, allowing it to slide off easily. Jupiter's Great Red Spot is the largest and longest-running storm in the solar system, with over 400 years of uninterrupted activity. This colossal spiral of winds could house 3 Earth-sized planets inside. The winds within the blob reach impressive speeds, and its reddish color remains a mystery to scientists. Did you know that before conquering the world of rap with his unmistakable style, Rick Ross patrolled hallways, but not those of a recording studio? From 1995 to 1997, he worked for 18 months as a correctional officer in Miami. Imagine walking along Vadhu Beach in the Maldives and every wave leaving a neon blue glow in its wake. This phenomenon occurs thanks to ostracods, a type of plankton that glows when it comes into contact with oxygen. When the tide goes out, these tiny organisms accumulate on the shore and, as they move with the waves, light up the night with their bioluminescence. Australian surfer Mick Fanning, a 3-time world champion, experienced a terrifying moment while competing in South Africa. During the live broadcast, a shark appeared next to him, its dorsal fin cutting through the surface of the water. The animal swiped at his face, shocking everyone. Despite the fright, Fanning reacted quickly and managed to escape unharmed thanks to the intervention of the rescuers. The famous DeLorean from Back to the Future required a special speedometer due to a 1979 U.S. law limiting speedometer readings to 85 miles per hour. However, for the car to be able to travel through time, it had to reach 88 miles per hour. Since the law limited the maximum speed indicated on the speedometer, the film's creators designed a modified speedometer that would allow it to display the 88 miles per hour required for time travel. And this is all the facts, people of Zarpado. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more incredible content.